That brings us to our leader. I'm not going to dwell on our leader. I don't do that. I've never dwelt on any of our leaders. But what's interesting about the leader now that I find astonishing in terms of audiences, never, from the time that I began talking as a comic about any of them, from before Reagan, Carter, from all of them. This is the first time people will come up to me or send something to something and say, I saw your act, you didn't talk enough about him, or you talked too much about him. Really? Really, do the whole fucking act, that's what you came out of it with. And because I don't dwell on him. And whenever people say that to me, I usually, because I'm polite, go, hey, go fuck yourself. I lived in New York City, and he lived there. He lived probably no more than 25 blocks from me. He was a neighbor, in a sense. And I did jokes about him for 40 years. And so when I was first asked, so I knew him pretty well, much better than most people who watched him on TV, because he'd been a presence in my city. So when I was asked by people, what did I think? Do you think he'll be good for comedy? And what I said, and I still think it's my best joke about him, is he'll be good for comedy in the way that a stroke is good for a nap. I know that there are those of you who like him. I've never liked any of them. So when I don't like him, I've never had more people offended by the fact that I don't like him. I've never had that about anybody else. You can't be offended that I don't like him. I didn't like the one before 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 him. So it's not up for you. You made the mistake. You elected him, so I get him. I get to say whatever the fuck I want, because I said it about the others, and I can say it about him. You don't get to be, but no. You don't. Okay? I'm glad you're happy. A lot of people were happy when before with the others. They were, oh boy, this is the best ever. Not for me. Not for me. No president's made me happy, because I've never been happy with any authority figure. And it dawned on me the other day, finally, the most disturbing thing. And it was disturbing to me when I was watching him initially talk about this virus. And I was watching him, and he was just, and here's the problem. I need an adult. I know this is hard for you to take, some of you. He was making shit up. And I needed somebody with a stethoscope. That's who I needed to listen to, not him. And then I thought, why is it bothering me so much? And it dawned on me for the first time ever that I'm listening to somebody whose face is orange. And not in the sense of, they say Cheeto face or orange face. People have said that, but it never dawned on me. It's always been derogatory. I'm not saying this derogatory. There's nothing derogatory about what I'm saying. It's the truth. This is true. You have elected, you may love him, but you elected a man whose face is orange. I just want to know at some point, I know that you hated her, I get that. I never argued with that, but then you went, that you hated her so much, you went, okay, so his face is orange. You don't find that fucking disturbing? I find it disturbing. And what I really found, then I started thinking, it took me this fucking long to realize that that's the problem I'm having, that his face is orange, that I listen to a man whose face is orange. Why am I listening? Why the fuck am I listening to a man whose face is orange? And that those fucking idiot Republicans who ran against him, that none of them they stood there and took all of his shit. You're a cracker. You've got a small penis. Your hands are so small. You've got and he went through all that shit, and not one of them said, your face is orange. And I don't respect the Democrats either. They come out after a discussion with him. Don't fucking tell me you don't, I'm mad, I'm this, I'm that, and the other. You just say, I would have liked to have heard him, but his face is orange. People didn't like President Obama because he was a black man. And what disturbed them was that he might be from another country, Kenya, and that scared people. His face is orange. He may be from another planet. This is really what I think sums it up for me. And that is that he was in North Carolina. He was comforting the people there. He was comforting them because they had, it was a hurricane had hit last year. He was standing there looking at a man, and the man was standing on his property. On the property was nothing but a boat. Everything else was gone, his house, all of his, everything. The leader of our country said to this man, at least you have a boat. He said, it's not my boat. He said, it's on your property. If you had the right lawyer, could be your boat. Hey, listen, here's something simple. If you like the video, press like and subscribe to the channel, and you'll be seeing all sorts of content. Content like this or this, or there's supposed to be some videos here, and that's what they told me, but I don't see anything. I hope you do.